Hi everybody, Brett back, high altitude scale modeling with another sprue review. This time, this is a special one. This is for the Unified Scale Automotive Content Creators Annual Build. Picked out by one of our special members. I'm going to open it, get the review going, so I can get this build started. So, you can see the glare because it's still wrapped up, so let's get that glare out of here. Get started. If everybody's excited as I am, I wanted to build this for a long time. I think this is going to be fun. So, tight fitting box, of course. You can see, great artwork, Revell kit. There's all the details of it. 440 engine. Optional 426 cubic inch engine with 2 carburetors. Color callouts, and some of the options that come with it, and built up pictures. I'm going to build a street version probably, but we'll see as we go. I'm not even sure what color I'm going to paint it yet. So, a couple, 3, 4 bags, bunch of chrome, some tires, instructions, some decals. Get all this mess out the way. We might as well start with the tires since they were the first thing out of the box. Your drag slicks. You can see. Race Master. I'll need some cleanup. Got some seam lines. Kind of squishy. Feels solid. Here's your regular street tires and your front tires. Black wall. Again, I'm gonna have to clean up some center seam marks, which is the nature of these kits. This one has a copyright date of 2017. So let's get the body out of this bag. Get everything going. One bag with all these parts. Set that aside just in case. We got the starter that fell off. So we're gonna put that in the box. And we'll start with this beautiful, beautiful body. Remember when they made cars like this? Actually put thought into how they look instead of just trying to squeeze a battery into them. Good looking. Up here you can see you've got some roof detail, but you also have some ejector pin marks you'll need to clean up. Big ones, but they're pretty flush, so it won't take a lot. You've got your spot to put in the dome lamp. There's some mold lines along the fenders. They're really sharp. Just go and scrape those down. Right along the whole length of the top here. It kind of curves inside right there. On both of them. Both sides, right there. Need to clean that up. Doesn't seem as bad on this side. Still clean it up. There are your roof rails, your vents, your place for your wipers. Your wipers are separate. Not much detail in there. So, beautiful hood. Clean that up first. Engine block. Standard seats. Wheel backs. Interior with the back seat molded in. You got some shocks, your steering linkage. I believe these are hood hinges. Brake gas. This is an automatic transmission on here. Thinking that's a 440 maybe. Check till we find the next engine part. You got your red plastic for your taillights. You've got your undercarriage, chassis pan, which stamped right there, which you're never going to see. And got right here, as Revell likes to do, with their little logo, the 2010 on there. So clean that up, won't be too hard with a sanding stick. But other than that, nice detail, good framing, straight. Got your battery, your visors, tie rods, shocks, brake boosters, radiator and fan shroud, firewall, a little bit of flash on the sprue but not on the parts. Cylinder heads, oil pan, intake, fan, transmission pan, front suspension, leaf springs, exhaust with the exhaust tips molded in. And they are hollowed out a little bit. You just do it more, just paint them black. Exhaust manifold. No real flash in any of those either. And we've got the door cards with nice raised detail. Dashboard, where you're going to stick a decal in there. It's also got nice detail. Your hood, drive shaft, hoses, heater hoses. Looks like the top of the dashboard. Fan, air cleaner, steering wheel, steering column with shifter or turn signal, horn, lots of detail in this kit. Underside of the hood, it's got the ribbing and it's got ejector pin marks as well. So you need to clean those up if you're going to display the hood open. And there's another set of clear parts. This bag didn't have anything break off, fortunately. This is more than likely the 426 Hemi, because there's the Hemi heads right there. And then you've got your hood with the cut opening and your manual pedals. So you've got your clutch, hood scoop, dual carb setup. Again, this one's got manual transmission. There's a distributor, cylinder heads, oil pan, hood and pedals. No real detail under there, and ejector pin marks are barely visible. So there's your 426. Another firewall, more springs. There's your headers, your roll cage, exhaust with looks like glass packs on it. More parts for the roll cage, the rear end. Some shocks on here. And the floor pan without the back seat. Back seat delete for your drag car. And we've got 2 sheets of chrome. Sorry, 2 sprues of chrome. Usual typical Revell chrome. Could be used, could be stripped. Your call. Very shiny. Bumpers, front end, tail end. I'm going to strip it. Looks a little too intense to me. There's your wipers, valve covers, mirrors, center console, alternator, carburetor. Got your Dodge there. Be careful taking this one off. For some reason, the chrome tends to make some parts fragile when you take them off the sprue. This one, it's got the Hemi parts and the other wheels in it. So, it's got, it could be Krager or American. And it's got your deep dish ones for your drags. It's got the Hemi heads. That's where you put the spark plugs into. Don't make the mistake of other people. There's another tail panel. Oops, sorry about that. Bumped the camera. Air cleaners, shifter, another alternator, another carburetors. I'd strip these too. That's just me though, you don't have to. You can dull them down nicely or keep them shiny. Your model, build it your way. And the glass. Typical Revell glass, looks good, nothing fancy. Headlights and front marker lights, which is nice. I like that it's got a clear washer fluid thing, so you just can put blue into it. Wing mirrors, rear windows. Good in plastic, gotta keep that safe. Last thing I want it to get scratched up before I even build it. Assuming I can actually get it in the bag. All right, and lastly, instructions and decals. They keep the decals safe inside the instructions. There you go. Heavy Thunder drag car. You got red line for your tires if you want to use them. You've got some sponsorship decals or just basic window decals. There's your cherry bomb because you had cherry bomb exhaust. And then the parts you'll be using for both. Your instrument panel. You got some hood markings, under hood markings, which is very nice. You've got, it's like a Scat Pack logo right there. Yep, Scat Pack. I'd say those when I build a Scat Pack. There's your air cleaner for the 440. Very nice decals. These are Revell decals, that's all it says, so I don't believe Revell uses this cartograph. But I've never really had a problem as long as they're relatively new. Basic Revell instructions, everything you want to know about the 68 Dodge Dart. So if you want, pause that and read it. Safety concerns, safety issues. When Revell was in Oak Grove, you could send them a letter if you wanted to. This is before they changed hands. There again. Color call out. Let me zoom out a little bit. Here, one good thing about Revell usually, they're going to give you a list of your part name, the number, the name, and in Spanish or German or English or whatever. Another language or two. Anyway, so you always know what your parts are. For those of you who, like me, don't know every part name. All right, and it's 2 pages. And you can freeze that and read that if you need to. So you decide which engine, or you build them both and just have one on display. Again, I don't know yet because I haven't decided which one I'm gonna make it. I'll decide that later today. Then you start with the interior. Again, which engine determines which interior. Not necessarily, because some people could have dropped a 426 into a Dart. Just kept it a street car. I know what I'm gonna do. I was in high school in the late 70s and early 80s, and we used to take all these old 60s and early 70s muscle cars, jack them up, put slotted mags on them, make them our hot rods. I'm gonna make it just to a high school kid's muscle car. Here we go. If you're doing the drag slicks, you gotta cut out part of the fender. And it's giving you some good notes on how to do that. Then you're working on the body. Again, which firewall depends on which version you're using. Same with, looks like, no, same brake booster. And then battery. Apparently for the 440, the battery goes there, but it doesn't say there's a difference. This is all 440, it looks like. Except that's the Hemi, so no, it's not. 440 pedals because it has the automatic. 426 because it has the manual. Again, you choose. You make it your own. Heater lines, heater hoses, steering, exhaust, you know, your cherry bombs, glass packs. I had cherry bombs on my truck. I kept blowing them out back then, early 80s. That was fun because I had headers and cherry bombs. Blew the glass packs right out. Anyway, And then you're putting all your suspension on. Deciding on tires, wheels, suspension. Again, you have to change hoods if you want to. These are all options. You can make it however you want. Different rear end for the Hemi as for the Magnum. And here you go, decal placement for the Hemi Thunder, which is a beautiful car. For the, see, I like these stripes too. 440 Magnum. 440 Magnum. There you have it. My entry. Here you go. My entry for the Unified Scale Automotive Content Creators Facebook group build for 2024 into 2025. Thank you all for watching. Enjoy it. I can't wait to start watching your guys' videos on what you're building. Sit at your bench, build a model, and enjoy your hobby. Bye for now.